Good morning, everybody. This is Lorraine, Alternative Homesteading on Saturday. I hope everybody's well. I apologize for the blurriness of this. This is going to be a little quick, but not a short. I have filed a complaint with the local sheriff's department today with regard to the most recent theft. It may seem petty, but nevertheless, the only way somebody would know that it was on my property because of its location is that I'm under surveillance. Now you see that little pool over there? I have two of those. That one I just pulled out from inside an outbuilding. But one exactly like it, which is on many of my videos, and you'll go back on my videos and see that pool in the creek behind my house, was stolen overnight. It was stolen sometime between 4 and 8 a.m. The same time that somebody broke into the chicken coop this week. So I have filed a report not only for that theft, but for the other thefts that I've documented online this week, and also for the vandalism. But I'd like to read something. It was written by Karen Stewart. She's a retired NSA intelligence analyst. And Karen is wonderful. She created a lot of flyers, educational flyers for people to really know what's going on. This flyer is called FISA Abuses, Targeting of Innocent Americans for Profit. Since President Obama lowered the criteria to being put on a watch list, no less than probable cause in 2013, meaning only a wink, wink, nod, nod is needed from Homeland Security Good Old Boys Club, and anyone can be put on the watch list for any reason. Samples of Americans that are on the watch list are as follows. Random people because of plausible deniability. Political opposites, whistleblowers, heirs or co-heirs that someone wishes to asset strip. This is a huge money-making asset stripping problem. I believe that this happened with me. It will probably happen with my daughter. It's happening to thousands of Americans across the United States. Disabled or parents of disabled to usurp their benefits. Veterans, no doubt, no less, to usurp their benefits and neutralize citizens who have skills to fight back. Isn't that amazing? These people fight for us. Some of them are disabled, homeless, the veterans. They target them to take their retirement benefits. Activists exposing corruption and or abuse. Which, by the way, every targeted person at some point in their targeting, years into it, start to report it, become activists. I was not an activist before this. I don't consider myself to be an activist. I'm just a proponent defending my rights and what's happening to me, and hopefully it will help a lot of other people. Those receiving retirement or other annuities that someone wishes to usurp. Ex-spouses, business partners that one wishes to make forfeit his or her share. And I'll add that people get targeted to annihilate competition. Someone who owns property that another wants. Oh my goodness, that sounds like my neighbors. Petty disputes. Someone with genetic traits that medical researchers wish to experiment on without consent, of course. That actually is happening in my family. I actually have proof that these criminals had targeted my mother. I have proof of vandalism in her apartment. They stole her driver's license after she died, and she was literally given a seizure in her sleep. Hello, honey pie. Hello, I know I'm not finished yet. That caused her to go to the hospital during COVID and be given the wrong protocol, and within 10 days she was dead. someone with whom others wishes to collect their life insurance. Just so you know, targeted folks, these criminals have taken out secret life insurance policies on everyone. I will assert that I do not have a life insurance policy. I do not want one. I do not have one. So if anyone decides to collect life insurance on me, that would be a crime. Someone with genetic traits that weapons manufacturers wish to test out certain weapons upon gases, poisons, fungus. That's actually happening to me, folks. I can actually prove it. You can see it in my videos. Women who spurn unwanted sexual advances or demands. And I will assert that that happened to my friend Helena Chorba, retired civil engineer who lived in Pennsylvania, who was murdered this year. Last year, I'm sorry. It was last year already. So, folks, this is who gets placed on these watch lists. FISA abuses, targeting of innocent Americans for profit. And in my case, all of the above is happening to me. I am being asset stripped, vandalized, broken into. Since I'm living in Kentucky, 26 healthy, beautiful, young rescue cats have been stolen, poisoned, murdered. They are experimenting on one of my cats over the last month and a half. He went from being completely healthy to having bruises, open sores all over his body, flea bites all over him. And it doesn't matter what I do to him. It doesn't go away. This is weaponized, absolutely weaponized. They are trying to torture this healthy animal, young, healthy animal. And several years ago, Dr. Staniger, for anybody that knows who she is, I had a consultation with her, and I told her about two of my cats, that young cats, who suddenly developed nose cancer, huge nose, and throat cancer, and both had to be put to sleep. And she told me, after I explained to her what was happening, she says, your animals are being experimented on and tortured to torture you. And I'm going to sign off on that because it is early. I haven't even had my coffee yet, folks. It's going to be a nice day today. It's very, you can look up at the sky here. But at some point today, somebody from the Sheriff's Department will be here, and I will be filing a complaint about the vandalism of both chicken coops. Somebody actually broke into the other chicken coop and let my chickens out this week, and they vandalized that. They stole the kiddie pool that looks just like that was in my creek. The only way that somebody know I have it is to physically have been here. Oh, and by the way, folks, President Joe Biden signed an order or a bill or an amendment or something last week, October 7th, about surveillance. That the surveillance of Americans is illegal. I don't know how he's going to enforce it. I didn't read all the details. But again, a lot of these laws that go into effect, they say that it doesn't apply to targeted people for national security reasons. I'll leave off on that note. Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. Thank you to everybody that's been commenting. I appreciate your support. Also, during these trying times, please buy more food, water, supplies. The supply chain has been breaking down. Food prices are soaring. And it's better to buy now than later. It will cost you a lot less now than in a few months from now.